Do you hate yellow? Don't lie. You know you do. If you didn't, your feed wouldn't be filled up with oceanscapes and galaxies. Now, come on. Yellow is typically like a good accent color, but people rarely use it as a main focus color. There's this like thing with resin and yellow that people just don't, they're not down with it. You know how it is. We don't like to talk about the fact that resin turns yellow after a bit, and that's kind of a bummer. So I did a little moon piece, and I'll show it right here. And I had a comment that was left saying, hey, do the sun. And well, I would love to do the sun. It's just a big bright blob. So it's not a whole lot we can do that other than hooking up some lights and lighten it up. So I thought we could come in and make the main focus be the yellow. Hopefully. It's hard to get yellow. Like, yellow just kind of wants to disappear when you put other colors with it. I definitely want to come up with some red. Like, we're gonna use like the sunset-ish colors. And this mold is strange and unusual. I don't, you know how you buy stuff and then you're like, why did I buy that? When it gave us like an illusion, you see, because it's got the high points and the low points, and you could see it both ways. Do you see the illusion? Anyway, I think like for a clock, like that thing's right at the top. I put water in this and it didn't cover that little nub, so I'm pretty, it was like, I got a little clock thingy over there. We'll turn it into a clock. It'll be a sunset-y-ish clock. All right, here we go. Now, you know what's funny is I don't know if these are alcohol inks or dyes. I'm pretty sure some of them, I think it's both. So I don't even know which one of these I'm going to use. I'm just going to start chucking some stuff in, and we're going to hope for the best. Now, what I'm not going to do is put any orange. If you know, like I know, red, yellow, together, orange. And since resin moves around so much, if you put orange, you're pretty much going to get double orange. It's always good to be mindful of color families. I think I might also come in with like some blooms. Not really the blooms, but just the white to make it get fancy or funky or whatever. I have no clue. Let's start with red. I know this is all about yellow, and I'm like, let's do red. But yes, let's do red. This is acrylic ink. I literally just grabbed everything out of my thing that was yellow. And this. I have a little dump mold over here on the side that I just put little bits and pieces of stuff in. It's like mystery meat. You never know what you're going to get at the end. It's usually something pretty cool, though. I'm going to go a little bit harder on the red because it's looking a little pinky to me. That's good enough. And if you haven't seen my other videos, you may have heard me mention that I'm not really in the position to be dropping product names and sponsorships and all that good stuff that would have you spending your hard-earned dollars. I'm just here having fun. That's my only agenda. Okay, so I got the yellow. That looks a little... See, this is one of the reasons people don't like to use this color. Because it gets a little, you know, looking a little... Looks like honey. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I think we're just going to go a little bit harder on that because yellow just, it disappears. We know this. We know this because we put it as an accent color. And we flip that shit over and our yellow's just gone. That's a nice one. That's a nice color. Well, it looks darker on the cup than it actually is. So it's always good to keep that in mind. When in doubt, add more. Okay, what we'll do is the acrylic ink, and then I'll pour out like half of that, and then we'll turn that into white. Try to make that like a bloom thing. I don't know. What makes you think I know what I'm doing here? Because I have no clue. But you know, I'm always up for an experiment. I think the last one I'm going to make it like be a mica. Probably gonna have to bring the dude in to do the clock bit on this because I ain't even trying to mess with no electronics. Ooh, spilling out. It looks kind of goldish. All the all the yellow mica is kind of really gold. Somehow I found some yellow glitter. Should we put that in there? Okay. If you're gonna twist my arm about it. I'm not gonna put any of the golds in though. It kind of reads a little green. It's got like a green color shift. This one's called Gemstone Citrine, which looks brown at first, but once you kind of blend it out, it looks yellow. So. This is very gold. I feel like this whole thing's just gonna turn gold on us. Yeah, that's not good. I can't shake these up. It's way too much effort for me. Okay. It's like some neon shit. It just disappeared in there. Well, okay, anyway. Let's just do this. I'm tired of screwing around. I'm sure you are too. I'm just gonna come in the middle. That is very yellow. That is extremely yellow. You want yellow? You got yellow, okay? I feel like I should just stop with the gold. I'm going to make it white, I think. Wait, is that the one I was gonna make white? Which one was I gonna make white? Ah. I feel like we need more red. What do you think? Because I feel like the yellow is just going to keep stacking on itself and then they're going to just, it's all just going to blend together. What I really don't want to do is add orange to it because I know that some of this stuff is going to turn out orange. That looks really cool. There's the orange we were anticipating. That is a very intense yellow gold. It's a cool effect that it's creating. Of course, like most things, I don't expect it to stay that way. This is resin. Resin does what it wants. We have no control. I think I might not come in with the white after all, though. That's too much risk of it hitting that red and going pink. I don't want it to go pink. I don't think you want it to go pink either. Okay, you know, when I got this mold, I was kind of thinking it was dumb, but it's actually pretty cool. And if you've ever seen the reverse alcohol ink thing, you could probably do some really cool stuff with this because it's going to keep your colors in those little channels. You see these little kind of petal shapes that are getting created here? Like, I don't think they're going anywhere unless I bring the level up past these little things, which I might just leave because I don't want to mess up the pattern. I can already see it kind of drifting right there, which is probably because my stupid table's not level. Okay, I think I pour the rest of the resin in there and just let it do what it wants. Might as well. So I purposefully didn't make up enough resin on this. I measured it. It's about 2 cups that it needs, a little less than that, but I'm just going to come back in with a top coat. I didn't want to bring it all the way up because you see it's doing that thing. I wanted to keep doing that thing. Thought I was going to lose my red on this one, but I think we kept it. Or it appears that we kept it. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. That's what my mama always taught me. I have no clue what color I'm going to come back in this with, because I'm not sure if this is going to be the top or the bottom. I guess it just depends on how it looks on the bottom. That should wrap it up. We're going to let this cure and I'll come back when we decide what we're going to do here. Hopefully I'll be able to see through onto the other side. Get a peek. Okay, it's been a couple of hours. Clearly the red took over. And while I think this is super pretty, I'm kind of in 2 minds about it. Like I want to go over it with like some clear and more yellow. I was even thinking about mixing the yellow into some white so that we could kind of get it to bloom a little bit, although it's so pretty. I really don't know what to do. I do know what we're not going to be doing is flipping it over. I mean, I'll flip it over and let you see, but the back side of this is such a weird shape. Maybe I can show it to you. It's such a strange shape that you wouldn't have anywhere to put the numbers and stuff. So, yeah, we're just going to pretend like the back is the front and the front is the back. You get me? Okay, so I'm going to mix up some resin and we'll come back. We'll come back. Okay, I've got it mixed up. We're staying away from the red this time. It's going to just be yellow and maybe a little bit of white. I mean, if this was any other day in any other place and any other time, I would just leave it because it's cool as shit. I found this enamel paint. Should we use that? It's pretty damn yellow. Let's do it. Why not? So we use transparent yellow, opaque yellow, whatever yellow the enamel is that looks opaque. Maybe I'll put the enamel in with the white. Would that be crazy? Nah, let's do it. Looks like baby poop. This one looks like some real extra super duper baby poop. It smells like baby poop too. Got some white pigment paste here. And some blue pigment paste all over it. That's nice. It's real nice. Yeah, it's probably too opaque. What do you think? I think so. Let's just get some of this. Let's pour some of that baby poop in there. This enamel paint hasn't been opened in, well, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how long it's been in there, but yeah, we're gonna just, oh, that's fun. I hope it doesn't f up. You gotta be careful when you add pigments and stuff to resin, because too much of it can mess with like the binding agents that are in the resin. So I'm going to pour this one into a squeezy bottle. I'm not putting this in a little baggie and trying to pipe it on like I'm a baker. I'm an artist, not a chef. Okay. Let's get that in there. I was watching Petra Gabrach. She was doing the spiral, and she started from the outside instead of the inside, and she got like the most stunning blooms. I was really blown away by that. So I think I'm gonna try that, but maybe we'll just follow this pattern on the mold. Maybe? I don't know. Oh no, I lost it. Oof. Now I'm gonna get a bunch of blobs there, huh? Oh no, that's what you're thinking. That looks a little rough. Do you think I ruined it? Are we doing this again? Like, anybody seen that channel called There I Ruined It? It's kind of hilarious because he takes music and he purposefully tries to screw it up. So, you know how when people do blooms, they'll usually go to a point and pull through, and sometimes they'll come to the center and pull out. Look at all the bubbles appearing. It's crazy. Look. I don't even know. Should I pop them? I should spray it with alcohol. Let's do that. Well, okay. Well, we got little pits. I'm guessing that's from the enamel paint. It's an interesting effect. So anyway, as I was saying, I thought it would be cool that instead of, going out in, that just do one continual, like in, back out, in, back out. Don't ever lift this bad boy out until we're done. You think that's a good idea? What is going on with all these little bubbles? I'm going to start at this point. I'm going to come in. I'm going to circle back around and come up to this point. Circle back around. Try not to touch the edge. And if you need to stop, just sort of just like refocus or whatever, because you can get a little. Try not to keep your eye on where you're going, just keep your eye on where you've been. Ooh, You don't have to worry about scraping the bottom on this one because it's just resin on the bottom. I think when people do these types of things on with blooms and stuff, they get a little locked into doing certain patterns and swirls and stuff. But every time I see people do them, and mind you, I'd never do them, I'm always saying, why don't you try this, or why don't you try that? So I guess it's time for me to put my money where my mouth is, huh? We're almost there. We're almost there. Hang with me. Don't leave. Don't fast forward. Not yet. And then one more up. One more around. And then just come up to the top of that little nub right there and bam. We're done. Wow, that looks really cool. But will it stay that way? I'm not so sure. I doubt it. Those little holes look funky. Oh, I don't hate them. Do you hate them? Ah, that's pretty cool. That's cool, right? Right. I think it is. I'm thinking like, oh, I should work out the blobs, but we're not flipping this bad boy over. Like, what you see is what you get. In fact, if it all sinks and gets buried, well, I'm tempted to put some of the extra resin on there and push it out. And then come back in here with more and do it again. But no. No, okay? That's a big no. We're going to leave this shit alone. I'm going to get another mold. Hold on. Got this frog guy. Let's just do it. I don't even care. It's funny like how popular frogs are. The very first video I came out of the gate with was a frog video, and like it's still to this day people are dropping comments on that video. It's 3 months old. I mean, I appreciate it. It's nice. It's nice that people still watch it. That's the whole reason we do this shit, is so that our art can keep going when we finished. That's the sad thing about an art project. You finish it and you're like, yeah, check it out. And then, you know, the thrill of it dies. But then some rando comes along and sees it. And the thrill is reborn. That's cool. That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this so my art will live. I'm not doing this to sell you stuff. I'm doing this so my art will live. Because it's a real legacy. I don't think I'm going to need to put any more on there. Although I'm tempted because it looks really cool. But no, you're going to leave it alone is what you're going to do. If this doesn't get filled up on the way, I'm probably just going to grab something that's laying around to bring the level up. Some pearls. Yeah, let's chuck some pearls in there. And if the pearls sink, well, you meant it to be that way. See, this is like if you don't have enough resin, just look for some to bury in there. Looking at this, it looks like the enamel paint like separated from the white. I don't even know what's going on there, but it's cool. I'm here for it. Hopefully it works out. It's okay if some of these are poking up in the back, because who cares? Nobody looks at the back. I think as these sink down, the resin will just find its way into the little feet. They're floating. I meant for it to happen. I knew they would float. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't. Usually these will sink. They must have air in them. Or I might just have too many in there. That's a possibility. I just shove some in the head. There, get down there. Get down on the head. Go on. Go on. Get down there. Maybe even also having the pearls in there will keep it from getting too yellow. I know the goal here is for it to be yellow, but we don't want it to be just straight yellow. I mean, if that was the case, I could have just mixed up some yellow and dumped it out. We could have called it a wrap. But we're not. Yeah, we're not doing that. We need to make it look cool. Okay. Well, I think that's as good as we're getting on the frog. Anyway, we're going to let this cure up. I might... No, I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to cover it, and we can come back tomorrow. Keep your fingers crossed that this stays like it's supposed to. So here we are a few hours later. Sadly, it didn't keep that beautiful design that I put in. I mean, that's kind of the nature of blooms. They bloom. I did also come back in here and play with it a little bit more. Just move some blobs and whatnot. The yellow is really separating from the resin, and I don't know if that's going to cause problems. Okay, we're back. So, you know, last night I was kind of bummed that that beautiful design just disappeared as usual. But then I started thinking, like, when we started this video, what was our goal other than using yellow? It was to create the sun. Doesn't that look like a coronal mass ejection? It does. So there you go. I can't remember who left the comment. I'm gonna mention them down below. I'm gonna put it right there. I'll put their name right there. Right there. Right there. I don't... She says, oh, do the sun. There you go. There you go. You wanted the sun, you get the sun. That looks like the sun to me. So we accomplished what we were out to. There's no big reveal here. We can see what it looks like on the back, but I'm guessing it's going to be all red. I'm definitely going to have to come back and play with this some more, because we got some really neat effects going from adding that enamel paint, which is, you know, the type of paint you get when you... It's like for painting cars and stuff. And look, we have a hole in there for our clock, so that's good. I could have filled it all the way up and it possibly would have covered, but I honestly don't think it would have. Okay, so that doesn't look great. Although it's got, you know, the idea of the sun in it. That's for sure. It's pretty. It's pretty. No doubt that's pretty. But this is my jam. This is cool. This is cool. This back there, so like I was sort of lamenting last night, like losing the bloom and how could we keep the bloom and all this stuff. But then I came and looked at it and I was like, wow. That looks like the actual sun, like up close, right? Right? Do you hate it? You don't. You can't possibly hate it. Did anybody get to see the auroras? We weren't able to see it with our own eyes, but our camera caught it. I'll show you the footage right here. That was pretty cool. We had to stay up till 3 in the morning to catch that 1 minute of footage, or I should say 1 second of footage. I don't know if you've ever seen close-up pictures of solar flares, but that's what it looks like bursting out. Yes. The nice thing too is that we didn't lose the red and the gold that was in the background. You'll probably be able to see this better when I go out in the light, but it looks very dimensional, which is cool. I'm gonna turn it over to the dude and let him do the clock stuff. We'll come back and show you what it looks like, take it outside, get some pictures. If you got this far into the video, thank you as always for watching. All the new people who've come along, there's so many of you. You're so nice, and I don't know how to respond to you other than saying thank you, but that seems trite and understated, because I really, really, really do appreciate the support. It's the nicest thing ever. In closing, I just want to remind you to, hey, try something. You know, this stuff rarely ever comes out like you want, but then sometimes it comes out exactly like you want. So, hey, you won't know unless you try, right? Right. Okay. Until next time, y'all. Catch you on the next one. Bye-bye. I forgot this goofy frog. I'm guessing he's gonna just be yellow. Maybe while the dude's working on the clock, I'll come in here with my markers and give him a little, I don't know, some detail. This mold is stupid. I've never used this mold before. This isn't full enough. Oh, we're ripping the feet. No, no we're not. No we're not. No we're not. We got it. We got it. Okay. That is funky. It's so yellow. Well, we definitely got our yellow guy. I'm totally cutting out most of this footage, just so you know, because forget about that. Oh no. We've got some stretching. Come on. Come on. Look at his little feet are all tweaked out. Hey, don't judge this frog and his tweaked out feet. Wow, that's fun. He's got all the little balls. That's cool. He's kind of got the transparent yellow, like, on his legs and his feet. I don't know, some crackling with the white. That's funky. That's so weird. Yeah. Like I said, maybe I'll play with them a little when the dude does the clock. Forget about this. We have this. Pay no attention to this. Look at this. Marvel. Marvel at this. Yes. I will be back.